Hi, I'm Scott at ediblemusic.com. Getting started working in a home music studio can be difficult because you're learning a lot of different things all at the same time. You're learning how to make a good song, how to record it and make use of your recording equipment, how to mix and master that song and navigate a new application in your DAW on your workstation. And you're learning how to make sure that your studio space sounds as good as possible. All different issues that ask for different knowledge and different skill sets. But to help you out on that journey, I want to offer you some mindset strategies for your home music studio. These are more concepts about how to approach it, but I'm going to offer them with some concrete and practical ways to employ these strategies as you're getting started on your journey. And that's the first one. Make it a journey. And on this journey, you're traveling, acquiring new skills, new tools and items. You're making progress. You're leveling up. I've been getting into D&D lately, so that's where my thinking goes. But it's similar to sports as well. A professional athlete will have a set of skills already. However, when they practice, they are continuing to improve upon and develop the things that they need to be working on. That is a very cool similarity between athleticism and creativity, where you're constantly looking for new ways and exploring for new approaches in order to get better at the things that you're working on. But gathering these skills and exploring how to work with them, these are all steps towards making great songs. And the only way that you'll get there is by taking that journey, making the songs, focusing in on how to accomplish them, and using the tools that you have. I think of Martin Scorsese when he was promoting his movie Killers of the Flower Moon. He said, if you're going to make a movie, you do the best you can with what you've got. And the only way that you're going to have a movie at the end is if you make it. And the only way you can make it is by using what you have available to you. And it's very much the same with making music as well. The only way to have a song is to do the best that you can with what you've got. If Scorsese were to make Mean Streets, for example, today, he probably wouldn't make it the same way as he did way back then because he's changed as a filmmaker. He's probably learned more things and his approaches have shifted compared to when he made it back then. And that's cool. So don't let yourself get caught in this trap of not making songs because you feel as though you're waiting on something. That is a disrespect to your art. So when you're working on music, let it be a document of this stage in your journey. And down the road, later on, I guarantee you, will look back on this stage that you're in right now and the music that you're making right now with a nostalgic appreciation, but you'll also probably say, you know what, that was actually pretty good. So you got to make sure that you are always making music. And I mean this especially if you are a songwriter and you're making a song about some experience that is pertinent to you right now. Don't allow yourself to noodle with it for long enough that enough time has passed that you no longer feel attached to the experience that inspired the song in the first place. You want to make sure that you are carrying that energy forward and allowing the song to communicate it. Which leads me to my next strategy, which is to show your work. When you have a work in progress, show it to someone in your home or someone who you know and talk about it with them, especially if it's a work in progress, because this is actually not to show off your work. It's actually more to help yourself. So when you are showing your work in progress, talk about the things that you're trying to accomplish with the song, even things that you're having trouble with. You don't need to detail the processing that you've applied or the plugins that you're using. And you don't even necessarily need your audience, this person that you're showing them to comment on anything. They probably will. They'll say, oh, it's sounding great. Really good work, which is a nice boost for your confidence as you're making the song. Showing your work to someone and talking about it will help you to finish that song. And it will also give you the chance of being surprised by the solution to what it is that you're vocalizing. Laying out that goal and talking through it helps to give you a clear direction to accomplish that song and finish up the work. Which leads me to the next really important strategy, which is do not look for the limit. When I was first learning how to play guitar a long time ago, there was no way that I was able to both play the instrument and sing at the exact same time. It's like my brain did not contain the facility to be able to do that. And it frustrated me to the point that I stopped playing guitar for a while. And I wish that I wouldn't have, because my frustration let me find the limit of my ability. It's otherwise called plateauing. You plateau in your skills, you get frustrated, and then you just give up and you stop. But do not let yourself look for the limit, because that will cause you to stop working on your stuff. Allow the frustration to merely be a stage in the journey that you're taking. It can be difficult, of course, but it is not going to stop you from moving forward and trying to find a solution to it. Because the more that you work on it, the more that you work on it, all of a sudden it'll snap into place. And now I can sing and play guitar all day long. So what I want you to do is, for this next tip, is to make a deal with yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to make 5 okay songs. And then after that, you will reflect on the experience, what was difficult about it, what you accomplished through it. And you'll use all of that to establish a workflow that you'll maintain going forward. This is all about building a foundation for your studio process. And to help you out with that, I want you to make use of the 5-day foundation that I made, which does exactly that. It helps you through the mixing process one day at a time. It moves at a nice, slow pace, because you know that there are no cheats or secrets or hacks or tricks or magic. You know better than that. So be real with it. Allow yourself a little bit of time to understand each stage of the mixing process, because that's how your brain needs to learn anyway. It needs a little bit of time to establish the neural connections and lodge your new knowledge into your long-term memory. I designed it that way because that's how your brain learns, and it'll help you to learn more effectively. Oh, and by the way, let them hear it. As you're learning, you will encounter difficulties and frustrations, but you are not going to allow that to deter you from your work. And you're also not going to allow it to reduce the sense of enjoyment that you have of it. It's all a lot of different forms of knowledge, like I said earlier, and it can be difficult, but it's the concept of what I call hard fun. So let it be hard, sure, but also let it be fun. I hope that some of these strategies are applicable to you and will help you out. And I have a really good feeling that you have probably been making use of some strategies yourself. And I want you to share them, because someone will see them, and I guarantee you it will happen at the exact right time that they need it. So I hope these help you, but I also would love for you to share yours as well. Let's hear it.